Hello friends, this is Richa Sharma. Welcome to my channel as Study with Richa. Today we will discuss family planning topic of population education. This is a topic of it. So let's start family planning. Family planning is the term given for pre-pregnancy planning and action to delay, prevent or actualize a pregnancy. Family planning is done by the adolescents to plan according to the economic condition, according to their social status, according to their need. If they want a child for their family, only then they will plan for a family, otherwise they will not. Family planning allows individuals and couples to anticipate and attain their desired number of children and the spacing and timing of their births. It is achieved through use of contraceptive methods and the treatment of involuntary infertility. Family planning means to plan according to the economic needs and according to the number of children what they want in their family, because it is not just to give birth to the children, but also for their education. They have to spend on their education for their good living things, good living status. So a person has to plan many things for a family. So they do the family planning. Okay. Next is according to B.ed Baswanathappa, family planning is a way of thinking and living that is adopted voluntarily upon the basis of knowledge, attitude and responsible decision by individuals and couples in order to promote the health and welfare of family group and thus contribute effectively to the social development of the country. This is the family planning definition according to the B.ed Baswanathappa. If you write this definition, then you have to write in this manner. Okay. Next is objective of family planning. What is the main objective of family planning? The family planning refers to certain objectives like to avoid unwanted certain births, because increase the number of children in the family will also increase the burden over the family members. Okay, so to bring about wanted births, how many children they want in their family, how much difference. Okay, to regulate intervals between pregnancies, to control the timing of birth in relation to age of parents. The age of parents also matters for the birth of the children. To determine the number of children in the family, produce a change in the number of children born. Like firstly the parents were having 4 to 5 children, but according to the situation and according to the economic conditions of the family, they need only one child for their family. So it depends upon the economic condition, social status and the personal needs also, how many children they want in their family. So with the family planning, they can plan accordingly. Scope of family planning services. What is the scope? Its scope is the spacing and limitation of the birth. If they want, only then they will plan for a child, otherwise they will not. So there is a scope of family planning. Advice on sterility. They can give advice, they can ask advice from others. Education for parenthood, marriage counseling, genetic counseling, providing adoption services, sex education. If they can't have their own child, and they can adopt from anywhere, right? There are many other facilities also. Screening for pathological conditions related to the reproductive systems. These are the fields where the family planning can have a greater scope. Next is family planning and some benefits. There are many benefits of the family planning. Family planning programs are organized efforts in the public and private sectors to provide contraceptive supplies, services and information to couples and individuals who want to delay, space or limit their children. There are many options for the parents. If they want to delay, they can delay it. If they want to take a space for some time, then they can take the space. There are many other ways. Family planning helps couples to achieve the desired birth spacing and family size. If they want 2 kids for their family, then they can plan only for the 2 kids, and then they will give effort to their life births of their children. Then it offers protection against reproductive tract infections like condoms, promotes marital union, prevent unwanted pregnancy with its attendant risk of abortion, morbidity, mortality and high risk. Okay, these are the some family planning benefits. Now we will discuss the benefits of family planning for the mother. For the mother, it enables her to regain her health after delivery, because after delivery mother needs some time, some gap for the second child. So it gives the family planning will give them to plan for the second baby. gives enough time and opportunity to live and provide attention to her husband and children. After the birth of first child, mother can give time to her husband, to her children, and after the first child, according to the needs of the children, they can plan for the other baby. Okay, gives more time for her family and own personal advancements. When suffering from an illness, gives enough time for treatment and recovery. Reduce the health risk. Obviously, if they will plan according to the health of the mother, then definitely it will improve the health risk. Sorry. Next is reduce the risk of ovarian cysts. These are the some benefits of family planning program for the mother. Reduce number of maternal deaths, because during the delivery of the mother will not healthy, then there will be risk of the death of the mother. Next, benefits for children. Healthy mother produces healthy children, and definitely if the health of the mother is very good, then the baby will also be very healthy, and there will be very rare chances of death of the mother or the children. Okay, so it will get all the attention, security, love and care for they deserve, because all attention is given to the child. And after the birth of first child, if the gap is okay and according to the need of the family they plan for the second child, then they can give the same attention to the other child, because they need that, right? So it ensures better chance of survival at birth, promote better childhood nutrition, promote physical growth and development. So these were the benefits of mothers, and now we will discuss benefits for father. It lightens the burden and responsibility in supporting his family, because the whole burden is over the father. If they will increase the size of a family before the proper planning, then definitely the all burden and responsibility will be over the father, and it will very difficult for him to provide all the basic needs, or all the basic needs to all the family members. So it lightens the burden and responsibility of father. It enables him to give his children their basic needs. As I told you, it's the responsibility of the father. Gives him time for his family and own personal advancement. If they will do according to the family planning programs or family planning, then they can give the appropriate time to themselves and to the family, right? When suffering from an illness, gives enough time for treatment and recovery. It matters with the both mother and father, because both can have some disease, some illness, so it will give time to recover. Increase father's sense of respect, because he is able to provide the type of education, home environment, where if they are if the family size is more, and the father is not able to give them the proper education, proper home environment to all the children, then definitely they will lose the respect from the student, from their children. So it will increase the father's sense of respect. Challenges of family planning programs. There are many challenges also, because sometimes the parents says we also have done seven children, then what is wrong with you, why you are stopping only with one child. So there are many challenges also for family planning programs. Let us discuss which are. Family planning program largely donor driven. All commodities donated largely by UNFPA since 1998. Inadequate resources for procurement of quality contraceptives, capacity building of service providers on contraceptive technology update, and long-term methods, IUD and implants. There are some contraceptives which can be used, but sometimes the lack of these resources can also disturb the family planning. Stock out of contraceptive commodities. Religious and social culture inhibitions, like in any religion, there is a trend of increasing the number of size of family. So these are some challenges that can be faced by the youth. Inadequate demand creation activities, poor attitude of health workers, inadequate male involvement, low status of women, geographical and financial access, weak LMIS reporting, non-inclusion of private sector in the distribution system, lack of information, misconception, social culture and gender dimensions. These are some challenges which can be faced by the family planning programs. Let's summarize the whole concept. Firstly, we discuss family planning and write one definition of family planning, and then objectives of family planning. What are the main objectives of family planning, why we need it. The scope of family planning, in which fields there is a scope for a family planning. Benefits of family planning. In this we will discuss the benefits of family planning for mother, for father and for children. Next, challenges of family planning programs. What type of challenges can be faced because of the family planning programs by the youth? So this was our session. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please like and share it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you so much.